Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Chill Builds City of Ice. So, I forgot to mention in the last episode that I'm calling it the City of Ice because we are kind of arguing about what the name should be. So, without saying any names and giving anybody any bias, comment and let me know what you think a city made of ice should be. So this round, we built the tree, added a bunch of red leaves. It took a lot of debate on whether or not we wanted to do red or blue. Excuse me. I just recently ate and now I'm burping it. Anyways, so red, blue, some ice leaves. I thought the ice leaves looked pretty cool along with the blue, but we ended up not even using those kind of red leaves. We ended up using netherwort, which I think, if we were gonna do red, I think that was the solid choice. So we end up, so we try out the ice, and then I go off and do some glass, and then I go back to my own thing once we finally decide. So just a little bit of lore with the city. I can't remember what our lore was with the tree, but I do remember that this city is inhabited completely by snow golems, and those snow golems are worldwide renowned for their partying. They're huge party animals. We were discussing how much snowmen just love to party, so they tend to love festivals and parties, and their parties are known worldwide for how crazy and insane they are. And that's a big tourist attraction to the snowmen is party tourism. People will come all the way from everywhere in the world to see the City of Ice and to party in the City of Ice. So there's a little bit of lore on the city that we haven't named yet. But look at that. Look at that giant statue off in the distance. Look at him. And look at all that netherwort go. So while he's replacing all of the ice with netherwort, I'm off in the background building a second one of that tower you saw me build in the first episode on the opposite side of the bridge that goes over to where the castle is going to be. But then I did end up having a bit of a builder's block, we'll say, on what I should do next with the castle. Obviously, I got over that later on, but yeah. So I think the tree is the last thing that my two buddies build before they go off and continue working on their own builds. So if you remember the Dragonhearth intro that shows all the other cities, the guy in the snowman skin, he's working on Lesser Tiber, which is the city that's like a top-down view. It shows the map as well, and then the person in the weird maid lady outfit, he is working on Yom, which is the desert city, which is a lot closer, actually, I believe, to this town than the other one. I think Dragonhearth is closer to here than any other city on the server currently, but yeah. If you join my Discord, you can see a map of the whole server and where all the cities are. It's pretty neat. I just posted it in the general of my Discord, but I have not added this city to that map yet, so we'll have to do that eventually, but I need a name for it first. I'm trying to figure out the back of these walls to this castle, because I wanted there to be a little bit of an open space before the main castle bit. So this I really struggled on, and you can see in the background, because I was telling them that I really wanted this to be like a Christmassy build, so they threw some green in with the red. I think it's at the time I really wanted like a big Christmas tree there, but they were pretty insistent on that tree, and at the time I was pretty disappointed, but I think they were right in the end. And then if you look at the bottom right corner, by the way, you'll see me dismantling my subscription or my subscribe sign. Just to remind you to subscribe if you haven't. If you want to watch the rest of the build pan out or whatnot, that's what you gotta do. And then as well, liking and commenting. Comment whatever you want, however you feel about the build. It genuinely, comments help a lot more than you would think. They give me a big algorithm boost. YouTube goes, whoa, people like this video enough to interact with it. That's pretty neat, and it helps me out. So bear that in mind moving forward. And if you don't want to do that, then the like button is just as easy to click, and it also shows the YouTube algorithm that you're interacting with me. Excuse me, I've got some hiccups. So this build, the windows are quite fun. They look all angry and stuff. This was the first one. I had not built a building in a while, so I had to come back and try and figure out how I wanted to extend the architecture of that first building without making it the same building. So I made these angry eyes. This is the angry eye house. And I like it. He's all grrr and stuff. He's like the grumpy house. But what was I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I built this one, and then I built a few more houses. I actually spent quite a long time building a lot more houses than this, and then the server crashed and it undid all of them. And so there's a lot less houses in the village than there should have been, and I deleted all the replay footage from those houses because, of course, they're not in the end city. But yeah, this one was cool. So we use ice for all the windows because it looks really cool with the shaders, and this one I liked because it made like corner windows, which was pretty neat. And I like corner windows. I don't know. It's just like diamonds all the way around, which is pretty fun. And then we fill in the top with snow. And so I built a whole bunch of more of these cities. I think this video is going to be a lot longer than the previous one, just because of how many houses I built and how much time I spent in replay mod watching myself build said houses. I do really like the door of this one. I don't think I actually put a physical door in. I think I've forgotten to do that, thinking on it now. But you know. And then I decided, because this house was square and the previous house was square too, I added a little extra add-on to the back there, if you see. And I quite like that add-on there. It's just a little spiky roof bit, and then there's a big ice spike in the middle. So ice spikes on the roof is something I really like in this city. I think it makes it look cool. It makes it look like maybe they're building the houses around the ice spikes that are placed naturally in the world, which would be really cool for lore, actually. Thinking on it now is if the snow golems like decided to build their house around these ice spikes, because all these houses are built out of quartz and snow and ice. And the quartz is just there because we don't have any structural blocks for snow that are stair steps and stuff like that. So for the purposes of this, I think we're going to pretend that the quartz is snow and that these builds are entirely made out of snow. So, except for the stone of the castle, of course. So they need sort of that ice spike in the middle sometimes to hold it up. So they use a lot of the ice for the windows as well, because it's a lot sturdier and it's stiffer and it'll hold things up better. So that's something I quite like thinking about. I think that's a good headcanon that I've just come up with. They need the ice spikes. They need to build their houses around the ice spikes for structural integrity. There you go. And then this one's the little time baby house, just sort of crammed in there to make the village seem more dense. And it's got some pretty simple windows. I haven't done any interiors. I haven't even thought about it. I think some of these builds are actually too small to have interiors. And that's okay, because this is meant to be just a fun little build for Christmas. Or the holidays. We'll say the holidays. Fun little build for the holidays. And there we are, building a path. So here's another bit of lore that I was thinking about personally, and you can let me know in the comments if you like it or not, because I haven't decided if it's good or not. But I've built the pathway out of prismarine, but what I've done is I've actually built the pathway at half slabs and stairs exclusively. So basically, if it snows on the server, snow isn't going to pile up on this path. It's always going to stay clear. And I was thinking maybe there could be a lore reason for that, and maybe that lore reason could be that maybe they're enchanted, maybe they're magical pathways, or maybe the snowmen just, they can't hang out in regular snow because they'll just, have you ever taken a snowball and you've rolled a snowball into more snow on a good snow packing day where the snow packs real well, and you roll it and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger? So maybe that's why, is they're pretty adamant about plowing their streets, and they don't like to walk in snow because they're made of snow and more snow will stick to them, and it's quite frustrating to walk around, and then they get fatter, and nobody wants to be a fat snowman. So they try and avoid more snow, so that it doesn't stick to them too much. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh my goodness, man! I'll tell you what, I am feeling festive with these videos. I'm recording these in November. I'm recording these November 27th. All 4 of these voiceovers. I'm recording on the 27th, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm feeling a bit loopy. But I'll tell you what, I think when this comes out, it'll be a nice little Christmas treat, or a holiday treat. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna try and hardwire my brain to say holiday instead. Nice little holiday treat for whoever cares. I think especially my first Dragonhearth chill build, had a lot of positive. Had quite the positive response, which is pretty neat. I appreciate that. Second one is only 2 of them have come out so far. Second one hasn't had quite the enthusiastic response, but it's gotten pretty good response rate so far, I think. So yeah. And then look at that. There's another little angry boy in the back, and he's got his mouth and it's yelling. Rah! I didn't notice that till just now. But anyways, and then one last little thing. I just make a little bit more of the rails to leave more room for the city. And then, I make one more house, and then we leave it there for the day. And that's where we go on to our next episode. So again, I hope you enjoyed. I sure did enjoy building this ice city. It's a nice challenge to sort of build with just snow, ice, and quartz. And there's a little bit of diorite back there that they use. I don't think I reuse diorite ever again in the builds, because I just couldn't personally find a way to make it fit with the way I was building. So it's nice to collaborate with people every now and then and get a mixture of build styles in. I think, maybe I do try and get diorite to fit in this one. I think I maybe go back and change my mind. I know I've definitely tried to get diorite to fit in a build a couple of times, and it just didn't work out. So we'll see. I'm wondering if this is actually one of the builds that got deleted, actually. This might be. We'll have to check in the next videos to see if this build is, this house is still there. No, I remember this house. I remember this house later on. No, this is definitely still there. Because I know I built houses along that edge there that all got deleted. But anyway, there you go. That was this episode of Chill Builds. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.